everyone, I wanted to make a new video for a while and I've tried to edit it, but it went wrong all the time. So I'm going to try to make this video as easy to edit as possible. So I hope you guys will enjoy it. I hope you guys appreciate the effort that is going to go into me trying not to have to cut too much. So there might be a lot of ums in here. I don't know, I just hope it's going to work out fine. In this video, I am going to talk about commissions, and I have a couple of tips to share, even though a lot of people just ask me how much they should ask for their commissions. I can't really decide that for you. That's your choice, and you know, a high price will earn you a lot, but it will also make it less easy for people to commission you. So I always try to find a middle ground. It's also very dependent on your following, your experience, and yeah, all that kind of stuff. Also, the minimum wage is very important. That's the first tip that I actually wanted to share. Always ask for the minimum wage at the very least. I would actually go a little bit above that because, you know, art is something that you already need a lot of skills for. Even if you have never done commissions before, you need skills in order to actually get commissions. And those skills are already something that should be paid extra for, rather than just a regular job flipping burgers at a restaurant or something like that. So do that. That's the first tip that I wanted to share. The second tip is to always check your commissioner's intentions, and by this I mean that you should be able to fully communicate about what the commissioner is going to do with your artwork. The reason for this is because if they're making profit off of it, you should be getting a cut or extra money, allowing them to print a certain amount of products or whatever they're using it as of your product. So what I would do is just talk to this commissioner and see whatever they prefer. Maybe they can give you a very small amount per product sold, or they could settle something like for 1,000 objects they need to pay this much extra on top of the commission price that they're paying for the drawing alone, and then they'll pay more if they print more, if they sell more than expected. Also very important is to not just fall for the you will get a cut of the products when they sell, because you never know how much the person will sell and you are still putting your hours in. So always get paid for the hours of work, and if profit is going to be made off of it, make sure that you settle it with the commissioner and be up to date with what they're going to do with it. I have notes on my phone, by the way, so that I can check the tips that I wrote down. Also very important is to update the commissioner on everything. Make sure that they know everything, what you're going to do and what they can expect. By doing this, you actually create, you know, a safe environment for you, because a lot of people will try to take advantage of you as an artist, and artists are definitely taken advantage of the most when it comes to industries. Nowadays, a lot of companies will try to get more and more for very cheap, even though art is something that should be valued, in my opinion. Set a price after you set these details, and don't be afraid to ask twice if you understood everything and if they understand everything that it's being discussed and all the details. Just repeat it and ask them if they're completely okay with it, and just check. Make sure you have it right there that they're okay with what you're doing. What is also very important is to get paid before work. A lot of people that I know will just do their work and then get paid whenever the person decides to, but this is very tricky, and I've experienced a lot of times commissioners will just disappear, and this has happened with me when I was going to still have to be paid after I worked on it. So I was just sitting there with a drawing that was never picked up, and I wasn't paid for the work that I did. But also when people actually paid me up front and I did the work, they just didn't pick it up, and they were just gone. And I tried to contact them many times and they just disappeared. And yeah, you know, it's very important to actually get the money beforehand, because it's very easy to get money back, but not to get hours of work back. If you are not comfortable, or your commission is not comfortable with doing this, you can also split the price in half. A lot of people that actually do this, they get half of the money when they start working, then they do the work, and then they deliver a watermarked version of the drawing that they were commissioned to do, and if the commissioner is, you know, content with the drawing, they will pay the rest. And even if they don't like it, they will still keep the first part because, you know, the hours of work already went into it. If a commissioner is still not able to do this, is still complaining like, I don't want to pay before I see what I'm going to get, remind them of the PayPal customer protection service. If you do not deliver as an artist, they can actually contact PayPal if they use PayPal, that is, which I do recommend you doing because PayPal is just very easy and it doesn't require a lot of hassle when you're doing commissions internationally. But you know, they are still protected. The commissioner is protected, and you can remind them of this. You can just tell them, yeah, you can contact PayPal. There's a customer protection services if you feel uncomfortable with it. And yeah, this is very important to do because you should still value yourself as an artist. And if a person absolutely refuses to, I would seriously consider doing the commission for them because there's plenty of commissioners out there that actually respect you as an artist, and it's better to look for those. When it comes to workflow, I would also recommend keeping a list with all the details. In this list you can keep everything that you need to know for your commission, when it needs to be done, and you know, reference material, for example, contact information of the person that is commissioning you. It's very easy to have a complete list of all these details. And if a commissioner doesn't give me a deadline, I usually give one for myself because I work better when I have a goal in mind. What I used to do, and what may also help you, is actually divide the commission in separate parts, like for example the sketch or the line art. It will make it easier to kind of have an overview and not procrastinate. Yeah, this will make it a lot easier. I really recommend you do that. Also, what's very important is to not overwork yourself. I know a lot of artists are very perfectionistic, including me and my girlfriend and many of my close friends. But keep in mind that the commissioner is already aware of your work. They know your style, they love your style if they want to pay you to do work for them. So it's very important to keep this in mind because you don't need to try too much actually. So don't overwork yourself, don't be too perfectionistic, and make sure that you put a appropriate amount of effort into the video, into the artwork as they paid for. Less details, for example, or more details mean less money, and more money, so less is less, and more is more. Also, what's important is to keep in mind is that when a commissioner expects you to finish work very quickly, but still wants very good quality, they are going to be charged more. You have to prioritize this client over others and other activities that you might do, and they need to pay more for doing this. It's a very high expectation of you. Also, a very important tip is when people contact you for a commission and they're like, oh, that's way too expensive if you give them a price estimate, I usually just offer them something like a sketch commission or something in a less polished style, so with less detailed shading and stuff like that. And a lot of people actually do commission me for that because they still like my art, even if it's just a sketch or less polished than my paintings, and this way they can commission me with a budget that they might have. A last tip that I have to gain commissions, well, of course you need to build on social media, but that's a whole another topic. It's very complicated to get yourself out there as an artist. Of course, talent and your skill set is very important in doing this, so keep practicing, keep being active. But I will do another video probably on that if I have time, if I have enough to share on it. But I know a website that is very good for getting commissions. It used to be a website that was a forum made for a chat service, IMVU, and this was something similar to Second Life. You know, you had an avatar and you could talk to people. And on this forum, a lot of people offer their art services or styling services for these avatars for credits, in-game credits, or actual money through PayPal. And now what a lot of people do is open a shop here, but just offer regular commissions no matter what. And a lot of people go on here just to look through new artists and see who they can hire. And my experience with this website is pretty good. When I opened the shop like years back, I wasn't even that good yet. I got a huge response, and people were able to provide me with a decent minimum wage for someone with my experience at that moment. So I really do recommend that. There's a lot of art lovers, art appreciators on there that will kindly ask you to make work for them. So I will link that in the description because I'm not very sure about how the website is called. I will just put it somewhere on here as well on the screen, you know, so you can click on it and make sure that you I don't know, visit and see what you like about it sometimes. I haven't been on there for a while, so I don't know exactly how it works anymore. But yeah, my experiences in the past were pretty great. I think that was all the tips that I wanted to share. I didn't have any extra notes. I'm trying to think of something, but I think that is something that this video actually was complete in this way. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was useful to you. If you are a more experienced artist and already have commissions, please share your tips in the comments. I would really appreciate it, and I think the people that are watching this video will also really appreciate it. If you are new to my channel, make sure to check out my other videos and subscribe if you are enjoying yourself. I would also appreciate it if you guys would click the like button, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!